The White House press secretary just admitted that Joe Biden is not allowed to answer questions from reporters. Sleepy Joe just doesn't know what he's doing. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today I want to talk about Joe Biden, Jen Psaki, as well as based states like Texas passing laws to let people open carry firearms. This and much, much more in this video. But before we continue, please remember to like, subscribe, smash a bell button, and share this video. Remember, it's based and red-pilled when you share these videos. Now, here we are on Fox News. Jen Psaki admits that Biden taking impromptu reporter questions is not something that we recommend. Now, on the CNN podcast, Jen Psaki admitted that they tell Biden that he's not allowed to answer questions from reporters that are not on the script. Oh man. Can you imagine having a president that is literally not allowed to take questions from journalists and reporters? Why not? Is Sleepy Joe somehow unqualified or unable to do the job? He can't answer a question from a reporter. This is a joke. Biden's press secretary also claimed that she often says to the president, "Don't take questions." Here the article begins. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki admitted in a CNN podcast published Thursday that President Joe Biden taking impromptu questions from reporters is not something we recommend. So this was during the CNN senior political commentator interview by David Axelrod on his podcast, The Axe Flies. I mean, what does it say when the President of the United States is not allowed and not recommended to answer questions? I mean, come on. So I want to jump over to this Texas story here. The Texas constitutional carry bill allowing handguns to be carried without a permit clears the Senate. Republicans support constitutional carry legislation and says it boosts Second Amendment rights. This is a good bill, and I'm actually very excited for this bill. It makes me want to move to Texas. It's one of the few based and red-pilled states alive. The best part of this is that, I'll make it very simple. Permits are unconstitutional. The Constitution doesn't say that you can only carry a gun in public with a permit. In fact, that is the exact opposite of what the right is intended for. And speaking of rights, a lot of people have been talking about the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, and so on, as the First Amendment trends on Twitter in North America with roughly 27,000 tweets, I believe. And this brings me to a tweet on Twitter. Here you can see Jody Ashim, who says, "Free speech does not include inciting an insurrection against the government. Pretty confident that the founding fathers would agree with me on that. Hashtag Trump banned. Hashtag Trump insurrection, oversight board, blah, blah, blah." So it always amazes me how the left and these Democrats and these liberal types just do not understand anything. First of all, America as a country was literally born because the founding fathers rebelled against an oppressive and tyrannical government, a government that was violating their basic human rights. That's the same reason we have a Bill of Rights, because our founders and the people who made this country, they knew that unless you had protected rights, you would have no rights. So when I see tweets like this, it's just very clear to me that these liberal types do not understand American rights or why they are important. Other people are saying that freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences, and this brings us to our next subject. As you may have heard, Donald Trump has just started his own social media platform. And many of the media, many of these journalists are making fun of him. Here on Slate, Donald Trump is tweeting again on his sad knockoff platform. So they go on to show what is essentially a blog by the president for him to basically post stuff. Since he's banned on Twitter, since Facebook decided that they were going to keep Trump banned, Trump has basically had to start his own website so that he's able to get messages out to his supporters. Leftists, of course, are laughing at this. And it really goes to show you what these people really think. They think that it's okay that Trump got banned because Trump's a bad orange man. What they don't understand is that unless we have these rights for everybody, we basically have rights for nobody. They go on to say in this article, months after getting kicked off of pretty much every major social media platform, former President Donald Trump is now posting on a crude Twitter replica attached to his website called From the Desk of Donald J. Trump. So this website went live on Tuesday and has been pre-populated with snippets from Trump's press releases stretching back all the way to late March. It is being promoted as a place to speak freely and safely. Now, these liberals have been making fun of Trump, saying, haha, he's posting on an irrelevant website, he's not on Twitter. And it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. First of all, do you know how dangerous it is to give these social media platforms the power to ban a president of the United States? Maybe he's not president now, but he's still Mr. President. Just like we call Bill Clinton president, we still call Trump president. We still call Obama president. They are president for life. I'm not talking about terms as president. I'm talking about the title of president. But whose fault is it? Trump wants to be on Facebook. He wants to be able to reach his followers, to post things, to promote things. We're living in a dystopian nightmare. And let me tell you what the play is, because it's very simple. Democrats and liberals are trying to ban all conservatives, all conservative figures from the internet so that they can never win an election ever again. The goal is to keep Trump from ever winning. And they're banning him on Facebook, banning him on Twitter. They're even banning accounts that don't even belong to him. Here on Mashable, Twitter bans Trump accounts again and again and again and again. So basically, people made fan accounts of the Donald J. Trump desk site so that other people could see the post on Twitter. Twitter decided to hunt these accounts down and ban them. Here it says, Twitter is apparently extremely serious about its suspension of the former President Donald Trump. First of all, how disrespectful is that? Nobody says former President Obama. They just say President Obama. The social media platform is so serious about the ban that on Wednesday, it suspended a slew of new accounts set up to share posts from Trump's recently launched website. Now, this was the reasoning. Quote, as stated in our ban evasion policy, we'll take enforcement action on accounts whose apparent intent is to replace or promote content affiliated with a suspended account, said a Twitter spokesperson in a statement provided to Mashable. Now, this is absolutely utter nonsense. If somebody wants to open up a fan account so that they can retweet, so that they can repost content posted by the president, they should be able to, but it really shows you the nightmare that we are living in. However, it is not all hopeless. In Tennessee, a bill was passed stating that state schools will ban and prohibit critical race theory in public schools. In Tennessee, your children will not be brainwashed by the Democrat establishment. So you're seeing some pushback on the tyranny from the Democrats. All of these insane policies that they're pushing, all of these restrictions, as hopefully we are moving to a better place. In Florida, Governor DeSantis has signed an election reform bill that restricts mail-in balloting. Many things going on. Anyhow, that's pretty much the story, folks. I wanted to talk about these things because I feel they are very important. We just got the press secretary of the White House to admit that Joe Biden is not allowed to answer questions. I think we've reached a point in our society where we can look at the world and say, this kind of looks like the fall of Rome. We've got a president who can't answer questions. We've got this critical race theory spreading, brainwashing people, making people upset. But that's pretty much the story, friends. The writing is on the wall. If you're a conservative on the internet, you're going to get banned, you're going to be suppressed, and the left is going to say, well, freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. Actually, it does. True free speech means the right to say literally whatever you want. This is what the founders believed. This is what I believe they would fight for. If they were to come back to our time, I guarantee you the founding fathers would take one look at our government and say that it's no good. That, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all Next time.